Messi and Beckham, friendship of two superstars in Miami. Messi is having a dream start at Inter Miami with the help of legendary midfielder David Beckham. Lionel Messi becomes the new face of MLS. It was always a certainty when he confirmed Inter Miami as his next destination after leaving Paris Saint-Germain, but he proved that the move to the new team was more than just a marketing ploy in 2 games. His first match for the new team, Messi made his successful debut in the League's Cup match against Cruz Azul by scoring a corner kick in the 94th minute to end Miami's 11-game winless streak, and continued his impressive form with an impressive brace in a 4-0 win over Atlanta United. Messi fever has spread all over the US, and no one is happier than the owner of Miami, David Beckham. When Miami was awarded an MLS expansion slot in 2018, Beckham pledged to build the best team in the league, before adding, "I think Miami needs a star. You have to recognize our audience. And Miami expect us to bring in a star. That's what we're planning to do." At that time, Messi was still the only player to play for one club in Europe, Barcelona. But Miami worked hard to make him their star. When his relationship with Barcelona began to take its toll, "My expenses are 3 years. A year and a half, very tight," Miami's managing owner, Jorge Mas, told El País recently when asked about negotiations with Messi. "I saw it completed at the end of May." Beckham talked to Leo, just about football matters, because he was still playing. "I didn't want him to feel pressured." Talked in Barcelona, Miami, Rosario, Doha. "I spent the entire World Cup in Qatar, watching Argentina play." MLS CEO Don Garber also added about Beckham's role in the deal, "It doesn't happen often, and you do the things you say you're going to do. I think that's great. David, he's a special person. People don't understand how smart David Beckham is, how much he thinks and how much he works." It can be said that Messi could not be in the MLS right now without Beckham. And the burgeoning friendship between him and the Argentinian star also brings joy to fans in the United States and around the world. Dream comes true. Beckham initially paved the way for an influx of top players to the MLS when he joined LA Galaxy after leaving Real Madrid in 2007. It was written in Beckham's contract that he could buy a team ball for just $25 million, and he used this interest in 2014 to create Inter Miami. It was the former England international who pointed to the potential of football in the United States and MLS as a global brand. And early signs certainly suggest that Messi is fully capable of it. The World Cup star's debut at the DRV PNK Stadium was a dazzling event with 21,000 people flocking to watch him show off his new number 10 shirt. The event was delayed by a massive thunderstorm, with Miami director Mas describing the rain as holy water as it finally led Messi to the specially made midfield stage alongside his brothers Jose and Beckham. Messi's joy was evident on his face and he hugged Beckham, who was clearly moved as he addressed the crowd. "It was a dream come true," he said. "Leo, we are so proud that you have chosen our club for the next phase of your career." Miami then released pictures of Messi's officials signing at the club's office, with Beckham standing by like a proud father. The Manchester United legend has had a fantastic playing career, but he seems to be getting a lot of fun by seeing his vision for Miami come to fruition after years of hard work. Beckham said in a recent interview with The Athletic, "I never thought I would have the same feeling as an owner as when I was a player. When I got the phone call to let knowing Messi chose Miami, I feel like when I walk out onto Old Trafford or Wembley, I think, we've just beaten all of our opponents to sign the greatest player to ever play our game. The plan appeared 10 years ago. In the same interview, Beckham also revealed that he had thought of Messi from the very beginning of his journey in Miami. "It all started with a conversation over a glass of wine over dinner," he said. "I turned to Jorge and said, 'One day, we need Messi to come to our club.' That was probably when we first met. Actually, I found it on the phone. One of the first presentations, ad agency, Doubleday Cartwright did, they prototyped a jersey with the logo on and Leo was wearing it 10 years ago, so that's always on my mind. I think every sports team owner thinks, we want to bring the best players to our club. It happens to everyone. But we were sitting at dinner and we thought, okay, if we can bring Leo to our market, to our fans, to this part of the world, no one is bettered." Just before Inter Miami played their first MLS game, Messi was mentioned. In September 2019, Beckham and Mas flew to Barcelona for a meeting that would pave the way for Messi's eventual arrival in the US. "We boarded the plane and flew to Barcelona from London discreetly," said Mr. Beckham. We sneaked into the hotel, met Jorge Messi, Lionel's father and also his agent, and started a conversation. It was simply, "We want your son to come play for our team. We know he can't come right now, but one day we want Leo in Miami." Then Jorge Mas did a great job in creating a story around what he can do for the sport in this country. What he can do for MLS and what he can do for Inter Miami, exploding after the debut of Cruz Azul. Before Messi set foot in the US, Inter Miami had scheduled his debut for July 21 against Cruz Azul, and Beckham played his part in setting the tone for the match. We don't know if Leo will play the game or get the minutes, because I think, after all, he needs to be ready, the Briton told ESPN Argentina. "We have to protect him and make sure he's ready, because he's on vacation and has just arrived in Miami." New Miami coach Gerardo Tata Martino, who previously worked with Messi while in charge of Barcelona and Argentina, started Messi on as a substitute in the 54th minute, but it looked as a pre-planned move to invite a warm round of applause from the audience. Sure, that had the desired effect, and Messi immediately joined the game with the home crowd cheering to create a magical moment whenever he had the ball. Despite his best efforts, Messi was unable to score and Cruz Azul kept Miami out for much of the game until the 36-year-old won a corner at the edge of the globe in stoppage time. Messi is past the peak of his career, but he is still number one in taking corners and he has shown it once again in front of the whole world, sending the ball into the net in the top left corner beautifully. Many celebrities sat in the stands, such as tennis legend Serena Williams standing up in amazement, but Beckham's reaction really caught the attention. After hugging his wife Victoria, Beckham was seen with tears in his eyes and he had to take a deep breath to calm himself. "After I saw the penalty being awarded, I thought that was the way it was meant to be," the 48-year-old told reporters after the game. "Tonight was really exciting for our fans. Everyone who came here to see Leo just walked on the pitch, not to mention doing what he did. It was a dream come true. It's been real to everyone in this stadium and everyone across the country to see Leo come into the MLS and play. And I don't have many words to describe it, the power of Thor. Whoever holds this hammer, if he is worthy, will possess the power of Thor." Anthony Hopkins' line as Odin holding Mjolnir in the 2011 blockbuster Thor has become a classic for a generation of Marvel fans, not least because it established one of the most famous scenes throughout the brand. When audiences first saw Captain America capture Mjolnir in Avengers Endgame 8 years later, they cried with joy and cheered together, as it was finally proven that the hammer's power didn't belong. Thor's monopoly. Messi's oldest son, Thiago, is a true Marvel fan, and his favorite character is the God of Thunder. Coach Martino sent Messi off to his first start for the club on July 26 against Atlanta United, and after breaking the deadlock after just 8 minutes, the diminutive forward made a celebrating celebration. Thor inspiration for Thiago and his two other sons, Ciro and Matteo, as they sat on the side of the yard. If there's one soccer player worthy of Thor's hammer, it's Messi. And his gesture to summon Mjolnir precisely captures the magic of his immediate impact at the DRV-PNK pitch. However, there was initially some confusion about the meaning of this celebration. Beckham sat near Messi's family and also had a big smile on his face as the 7-time Ballon d'Or winner raised his hand. On social media, it was suggested that Messi was pretending to be Beckham's holding a beer sign, a disguised way to recognize his own excellence. However, Messi's wife, Antonella Rocuzzo, later took to social media to clarify the matter. She posted an image of Messi performing the celebration with the Mjolnir logo and the humorous caption "Thor's date." So, like that, Messi and Beckham didn't have their own celebration held before. But the Miami Chief reacted with the excitement of a child like Messi's son, showing how much he fell in love with the boy who became the new MLS icon. Cohesion at Inter Miami. Messi has become more consistent at Miami than at PSG. And Beckham also deserves a lot of credit for doing everything he can to make sure he feels at home, including helping complete a giant canvas in Miami's Wynwood neighborhood. Victoria also went to great lengths to welcome Messi and his family, and was seen hugging Antonella in the stands at DRV-PNK during games against Cruz Azul and Atlanta. Posh Spice is now back in public view, and seems to be enjoying every moment, but the bond between these two families is not artificial, as demonstrated by the fact that they are now seen together in their spare time. Messi, Antonella, David and Victoria were seen dining out at the Japanese-inspired restaurant Gecko over the weekend, along with Sergio Busquets and girlfriend Elena Galera, and Jorge Mas and his wife Aleda. Messi, Victoria and David shared pictures from the dinner night, showing how the Miami team bond has become so close in such a short amount of time. After a difficult couple of years off the pitch, Messi is now in the perfect place, and with the right people, to enjoy football and his personal life to the fullest without the hassle. It was a surprise when the best player in the world decided to leave European football and go to America, but now everyone can see why he made that decision. And with Beckham as a friend and guide every step of the way, Inter Miami fans can expect plenty of winning performances from their new mighty home. Leo Messi is an important name in Inter Miami's project. Messi has faced criticism that he has chosen the easy path by joining Miami, but just looking at the Eastern Conference rankings is enough to silence these words. Martino's team is bottom of the table after 22 games, and it will take a miracle to reach the MLS playoffs. But Miami fans will dream of that scenario after Messi's impressive debut in the footballing country. The Argentina international is not coming to the US to begin to slow down his career, as his first two performances in the Miami Pinks have demonstrated. Beckham insists that Messi shares his passion for the project at DRVPNK, and that they are working together towards the same goal of making Miami a truly strong team in the MLS. There are a lot of people who have done a great job getting me to LA when the league is struggling, but they have the vision and commitment, Beckham said during a chat with The Athletic. I think Leo saw that and thought, okay, here's an opportunity. He also sees that this is a long-term project. If we lose the first two games against Leo, I don't worry about it. I want to win. Leo wants to win. Jose and Jorge Mas want us to win. But more importantly, this is a long project. Term. That's how I've always seen it. That's how Leo sees it. Messi may have pushed for a return to Barcelona or a move to another top league in Europe, but he will have to walk the same path. By coming to the MLS, he now has the opportunity to inspire a whole new audience of fans and young players while adding another layer of uniqueness to his legacy. Leo has won everything a player can win. The World Cup has to be a garnish on the cake, Beckham continued. He sees this as a project, a legacy, and I don't think many players see that. They see the opportunity to play in different locations, but Leo sees him not only can change the face of football in this country, he can also inspire the next generation, and there's no better way to do that than to step onto our field in Miami and make it all happen. Kids all talk about him, watch and learn from him. He also wants to make this game bigger and better in this country. He can do it, he will did it, and he did it. It's not just Miami talking about Leo, but the whole of America. The link between Messi and Beckham will be an important factor for MLS and football in general. Mas insists that the MLS can become one of the top two leagues in the world after signing Messi, and that's not far off.